The last time that we gave you an update on our hoop house, we were showing you how we squared it up.
And as you can see, a lot more work has gone into this since that time frame. In this video, we're going to show you how we erected the walls for the hoop house. So we had to bring all the arches into place where we're going to assemble them. And then we had to set up a game plan on how we were going to put them together and erect them, because a lot of these arches don't come pre-drilled, so we had to drill them ourselves. So I had to kind of show Mrs. Nakid Gardener how we're going to drill it. One of the arc of the four not have any of this is called a swag end. So one end, we're gonna make this one where it doesn't have any swags or anything on the left side, or actually on the right side.
Fit perfectly in that post?
When you secure it, you want to make sure you're going to the ground. And the reason for that is when we stand it up and the fabric is on top, you don't have to worry about the screw rubbing against that fabric. Okay. Just like that.
So they didn't have any holes, but we had to drill into it.
Correct.
Okay. And we got to do that over here?
Yep, all the connection points.
Okay, so a total of 3 per...
Yep. So do you want to, both of us do one, or?
I think it's better we do it together.
Okay.
Because it's going to take 2 people each time.
Well, we're not going to stand it up till we get all of them done.
Oh, okay, so we're just building
Yeah.
these. So should we push back and then have them?
No, they say it's best to have it right where you're going to have it, because that way you're not moving that much when you're lifting it up. You're not going all the way from over here to over there.
So we really had to strategize and be careful because it was just the 2 of us.
Yeah, and after we got the first 2 into place, it was a easy clockwork, and it just came with ease. Let's get on this side. Huh?
You're only putting clamps on one side?
For right now. Ready? Ooh, this is gonna be tall. So once we finished with assembling all of the arches, we had to mark off on the ends, on both ends, 6 inches, so that way we know that will be our stop once we put it into the end post.
Because that's the drilling point, the spot we're actually going to drill it in and have it fixed.
Yeah, and that will allow, hopefully, to allow all the arches to be somewhat at the same height on everything. And for a while, it kind of took a while for us to get the drill the holes in and get the bolts, because the bolts that came with it wasn't long enough, so we had to do some improvising where we didn't allow the washer, we just did the nuts at the end.
Well, part of that is with the 2 of us, you're a lot stronger than me, and we had to set the end with me first, because once you went to go put it in on the other side, it takes a little bit more muscle to put that second post into the ground post. And so that system worked for us, with me going in first, him coming and drilling that, and then going over and muscling it in.
Yeah, and you want to start on one end of the wall and work your way into the other end of the walls. So now that we got everything all in place and erected, now we had to put up the ridge. Now, with the ridge, we didn't have a tall enough ladder at the time, and so I had to go get the truck and put the ladder on the bed of the truck to install the ridge. Now, first we had to do with the connectors that came with the kit. And then from there, while I was doing that, I had Mrs. Nakid Gardener put 2 poles together at a time. That way, once she got those secured, she would hand them up to me and I would fish them through the connectors. That didn't take too long, but then my OCD came apart.
What are you measuring for?
48 on center. That one's way off.
And what's the importance of that? Is it just checking to make sure you're
Well, when we line it up, I'm going to do 48 on center there, so that way you want to try to get these as plumb as possible. I mean, you're not going to really see it that much anyway. Once you get the skin on and everything, nobody's really going to pay attention, but it's just something for me. You know how OCD I am. Now, when we were putting this up and we showed it on Instagram as we were kind of doing our story about it, a few of our viewers was suggesting that we put some of these supports on here to kind of beef it up, the structure. We didn't have to really do that at first.
Bootstrap allowed us to test out their trellising system, and the actual system that is put up beefs up the structure. So that actually was a win-win for us, having that trellis system.
Yeah, but the way this is all structured and the strength and galvanized steel of what's been up on here is definitely going to be beefing. It happened to stay erected during the tornado that happened a while back.
Yeah, there was nothing awry or like
Tearing
aligned
apart or misaligned or anything of that nature.
and we didn't even have the side strap down like we should.
Yeah.
Now this process would probably have gone faster if you were not as OCD about measuring the 48-inch in between each arch, like very meticulously,
Yeah,
right?
In one of the videos, Nick said that you don't have to be that way with this. It gives a lot of, with their system, gives a lot of play.
But you volunteered to do that.
Yes, because that's just me being in the construction world.
We have put together a playlist showing our process step by step so that if you end up getting a high tunnel, you can maybe learn from some of our mistakes and some of the lessons that we learned as we have put ours together.
Now, we didn't do this all in one day because we had time to do it. And it was just us two, so we kind of did it day by day. And I think it worked out pretty good. Before you get to this step, it's very important that you square up your hoop house. Now, we did a video about that. We'll put that off to the side and also in the description down below. Until the next video, let's grow together.